Hi, it's me again. Again, I want to apologize for that live streaming. It was bad. I had to put it on restricted viewing. God dang. I hope I made somebody laugh. That's my objective. Okay, so this video is about my dental implants. So let's go back in time about 15 years ago. I had my two teeth taken out of the bottom. And at that time, they told me if I'm going to go for the dental implants, I needed to have bone put in there, or bone marrow, or what do you want to call it, to build up the bone in my jaw, because I didn't have enough. So they impacted that into the holes, I guess. So then I had to wait for the swelling to go down and for that to take place. So now he gave me an estimate of $8,000, and that was, I should have read his estimate. I didn't know anything about implants. That was just for the extraction and to put some bone marrow in there and to put 2 screws, I think. Now, this is 15 years ago. It did not include the crowns. So you're talking 20 grand here. Oh, here comes that god dang weed whacker. Jesus. Oh, let's wait for you. At least he's got a steel S-T-I-H-L weed whacker. I could just get him to shut the hell up. Okay, back to my story. So when I left my ex, or my husband, in 2009, I went to live in my summer home in Ocean City. So I went and had the surgery to have the screws implanted. That was, I don't know if it was part of the first bill or not, but it was like $4,000 for that. So they had to put me under, you see. So then he puts in a little cap on my teeth, on my implants, on the screws. I guess was that an abutment? I don't know. So in the middle of the divorce, everything stopped. I never could get any, my husband would not give me any money to finish that. So here I am walking around for like 5 years with this. So I started doing my research, and I realized in the Dominican, she could make me a crown, and this is her name. I'll put it right there. That's her name right there. Dennis Monica Garcia. Okay. Now, I got her email, and her email is right here. That's her email. See it. Okay. I emailed her and I said, how much would you charge to do the 2 crowns? She said, I think it was $2,000 or $1,500, something like that. Well, I went and got an estimate in the USA. Again, they wanted $6,000 just to make 2 crowns. And I'm going, oh my God. So I booked a trip with my friends to Sosua, that is S-O-S-U-A, in the DR. You fly into Puerto Plata Airport, that's P-O-P for that code. And she is right in the middle of town, right across from the biggest grocery store in Sosua. You can't miss it, okay? And she has an impeccable office, very clean. And I had sent her an email asking if she could help me. She says, well, send me all your x-rays. And she says, send me also the size of your screws. That's very important. So I emailed her my pictures, all my x-rays, because I had a full panoramic thing done, and I sent her the screws. So it's very important that if you're having this done, that you know the size, because what happens if you switch dentists, like what happened to me? So it took, I was there for 30 days, and oh my God. Here we go again. Surely it's lunchtime. Okay. So I stayed there a whole month. Now, staying with my friend was $1,000. Comes out to about $30 a night. But there are so many places to stay there. All you got to do is just Google Sosua in the DR, and there'll be 100 hotels. But it would help if you went under somebody like an expat who does traveling there, and they can tell you the safest places. The thing of it is, I got a vacation, a 30-day vacation, and then I had money left over to eat out and to have fun, because remember I said in the USA they wanted $6 grand for 2 crowns, and in Sosua it was like $1,500 to $2,000. She made the crowns, and I had to go to see her maybe 3 or 4 times in that month, and I was so afraid that she was cutting it to the wire. I know just the day before I was supposed to get on the plane, she was inserting those crowns. Now what happened, because my screws had been in there so long, because my ex did not help me with dental work, he didn't help me with anything, one of the screws turned a little bit. So she had to compensate for that. She had to do a lot of measurements to compensate for that turn on the screw, because then she's got to make the crowns fit and be able to bite down on it. Well, here comes another noisemaker. So she did put them on. Everything was fine, and she's very attractive too. But here is where she's at in Sosua. It's called Plaza, Mazur. Yeah. And again, here is her mobile number and the office phone. Now keep in mind they speak Spanish there, so it would help if you had somebody in the room to translate for you, or translate over your phone. There's a translate app. But there you go, and then you see her email. Now she's a pretty young thing, so don't let that throw you, because she's very, very bright. So I hope that helps some of you. In Sosua, you don't want to get drunk at too late at night. You want to be in your house in the bed by around 8. Yeah, because if you're going there alone and you're out there on the sidewalk, and this is true for any country, you're very vulnerable. You know, and it's the same in most Caribbean islands. You negotiate everything, even the cab fare. Most people don't negotiate the food at restaurants, though, because it's very reasonable. What would cost $25 in America, that meal would cost you $5 in Sosua. And you can get an app to help you with those denominations. I use it all the time. So don't be afraid to go out of the country, because I am proof that it works. You just got to, you know, hang around long enough for them to be done, and it would help to get your x-rays and a couple of things done maybe before you go. Now I don't know if she implants the screws itself, because that was with an oral surgeon with me, because I had to be put under. And actually that was not painful at all, because I remember that night I walked up and down the boardwalk for hours on the same night as my surgery. And I'll never forget the guy that I had that took me to that surgery. He had to drive my Hummer because I was out of it, you know. And then I stayed in the bed for like 1 day and slept. I guess it was the day after. But while I slept, he took my Hummer and put 70 miles on it. I'm going, the gall of him. So I took him home immediately. I mean, really, because, you know, sometimes when you give people an inch, they take a mile, and that is so true. You know, I thought he was helping me, and I even gave him $50 for the time he lost from his job. I am just too daggone nice, whatever. All right, bye everyone. Watch who you give your keys to. I would suggest you don't give them to anybody.